Peter Haddock from Content with Media, and welcome to another edition of my Podcast with Leadership series.
CanTrack GPS helps owners and operators of plant machinery and vehicle fleets to reduce running costs, whilst maximising utilisation. Act on both emissions and safety by reviewing driving style and how machines are operated, with real-time alerting on machines operating at unsafe angles or involved in accidents. Learn more about all our products at cantrack.com.
Hi, it's Nick Drew. So here we are rolling on to my next report. And today I'm going earthquake crazy because we've got this Dynapac seismic roller. And this would have appeared at Hillhead. Unfortunately, Hillhead's not going on. So here we are today in Brown Hills in Birmingham. And I'm going to be talking in a minute to Mark, who's the general manager of Dynapac. And he's going to tell us all about this machine. Right, well, I've now found Mark, who's going to tell us a bit more about it. I don't have much dealings with compaction equipment, I've got to be honest. Hi Mark, tell us a bit about this.
This is our newest development that we plan to launch at Hillhead. It's all about our seismic concept, which is about making life easier for the operator, making the roller work with the soil so that it compacts it to its optimum level, and making sure that we reduce the amount of input and the amount of energy that's required to the minimum level, so we're getting maximum amount of efficiency out of the machine so that we get the job done quicker, we get it done right first time, and that we ensure that the operator has a very comfortable life going forward.
Well yeah, normally Mark, you know, when we see these things on site, you see the guys in there shaking about and all the rest of it, and they've got to do these 6 passes, so how's this going to be different then?
You're 100% right, Nick, and in the past that was always the case. It wasn't working unless it was bouncing and there was dust flying everywhere. And you know, over the years we have developed systems, so we've developed better drum rubbers, we've developed better seats, better cab isolation to try and minimise that, but this takes that to the completely next level, because what it does is when it gets to the optimal compaction level, it stops the vibration, and as it's coming up to that level it reduces the vibration so that the operator doesn't feel that vibration coming through. Right, we're inside the cab now, and I'm just going to run it through without the vibration on. And now we're in reverse, we'll set the vibration on. Feel that seismic shift. Still nice and comfortable in the cab as well. I'm not feeling any of that. This thing is going to tear the rule book apart with the 6 pass rule. So how's this going to achieve that? You know, we've generally worked on a method spec of this level of compaction needs to be done with a certain size of machine to a certain number of passes. And what you find with the operators are that the operator goes out and says, did I do 6 passes? I'll do another couple of passes just to make sure. And what this does is the machine actually senses the material and the compaction in the soil and the material, so that as it gets to those 6 passes, or maybe 4 passes, because that might be the optimal compaction level, the machine starts to reduce the frequency, it starts to reduce the vibration that's going through the material, and when it gets to optimum compaction, it actually turns the vibration off, so that the operator knows that the job is finished, and it doesn't then destroy the material that you've already compacted by causing overcompaction, which in some cases is worse than undercompaction.
Yeah.
We might get away with 4 passes, which is a saving of 30%, 33%. Or it might be that actually 6 passes isn't enough. You might need to do 8, or you might need to do 10, and the machine will automatically sense that and will keep vibrating until you get to the optimum compaction level, so you can then stop.
Yeah. So you're going to be saving money and saving fuel as well, so which is a big bonus.
You know, we have to bear in mind that all material is different, all sites are different, but what we have done, regardless of the material in the site, is that we've actually managed to save a lot of fuel, and we believe that over the life of the machine, between 8 to 10% on fuel saving alone, before you get into the savings that you might be able to make on site.
So there we go. That was the Dynapac CA3500D, and I could certainly feel the seismic shift. A great machine.
Hello there, I'm Bob McElvogue from Thwaites. Today we're having a look at testing our cab dumper. We've already tested this cab dump to ROPS and FOPS ISO 3471 and ISO 3449. Now we're going to have a look at its structural integrity when we impact it with an excavator from the front and onto the A-pillar. So we've now tested our cab for this impact test, and as you can see that was a pretty dramatic test, but fortunately not too dramatic in that anything failed. The cab itself has performed really well. The energy has all been absorbed through the cab in the structure in the way that we would expect. This has been a good test and it's exceeded our expectations.
make minor builders. A proper brew from us to you.
Hi, I'm Peter Haddock, and today it's sunny, it's Friday, it's the day before I go and fly to Vegas to see Expo for the first time in my life. I'm super excited. Why? Because my mate Jason Snaith, the #1 operator for D5s in the UK, because this is the first one, but he's really good, folks, been doing it for a long time, has invited me down here today to see his brand new machine. He's only had it for literally a week. It's got everything you can imagine on it. Forget about the badge, folks. D5 is the new D6. It's heavier. It's got more horsepower. It's got a better cab. The visibility, Jason says, is out of this world. It's got a 10-inch screen inside where, again, it's just like a touchpad, brand new iPad. Looks amazing. 360-degree cameras. You'll notice behind me where the mounts are for the Trimble earthwork system he's upgraded to. They're built in now at the back. They're not on the blade. So therefore it's a completely different change to visibility in there. Jason is well over 6 foot and he's basically suffered in the D6N for a long time now. He's suffered because of his height and the leg room that he requires. Not anymore, folks. This is bigger. The seat is really comfy. Jason has got a completely new air-conditioned, or what we saw, climate control cab, and he loves it. But the best thing about it is we've seen the pushing power is there and the controls are there. And what Jason is seeing in this machine is reduced fuel consumption. Why is that important, folks? First of all, it's environment, sustainability, yes, but Jason's an owner-operator. Jason knows how much this is costing him, but the variables are fuel, are fluids like AdBlue. It burns less AdBlue. So Jason's got a machine here that's actually miles better, and he can't, his checklist is huge. He can't tell us enough about it, but it uses less fuel. So therefore, Jason can actually benefit from that. And also, with the fact that the touchscreen and everything is integrated, and he's got a huge, big lighting package on this now. Owner-operators get on site first. Why? Because they've got a job to do. They're paid by the hour, or they're paid by the job. Jason can now literally light up the site with this. And also, you'll see some flashing LEDs. Now, they're really bright. You don't notice them until you're at different parts of the machine. And when you get up close to them, unlike other lights where you would be flashing, that would really hurt the operator and actually be very discomforting. It's not the case at all. So this, folks, is a beautiful machine. It's the D5. It's brand new. It's the first in the UK. I know it won't be the last. And Jason Snaith is the man that's taking this to new heights. And also he's proving that D6 to D5 is a big jump. Even he's learning, and he's been doing this for many years. And what he said to me is this is going to be a game changer for him. And I just want to say, good luck, Jason. Thank you for letting me know before anybody else months ago that this was on its way. And I'm really looking forward to sharing all of the videos that we've taken today so that you can be in the spotlight where you belong. Cheers, Jason.
DA45-7 has a payload of 41 metric tons and body volume of 26.1 cubic meters. It is powered by a 500 horsepower 13-liter Scania engine. The driveline of Doosan ADT's engagement tandem solution, located on the rear, is built of two tandems, which keep the left and right side separate. Intense movement of the wheels supports superior traction and stability. The wheel-driven gear tandem is a unique solution in the large-sized ADT market, and Doosan ADTs have been using it since 1972. The frame slopes forward, and this gives perfect load distribution between all axles. Therefore, Doosan ADT has outstanding performance on soft terrain and very steep uphills, even with a full load in the body. The unique design of the articulation hinge keeps the front frame extremely stable. This is due to the low center point of gravity and equal load distribution to the left and right front wheels, even when turning. AdBlue, diesel, and automatic lubrication are easily accessible from the ground level. The front suspension adjusts the pressure independently on the left and right side, according to the operating condition. All maintenance points are very easily accessible to keep daily checks easy, safe, and quick. Coolant, engine oil, and windshield liquid levels can be easily checked when the bonnet is open. The Doosan ADTs come with high standard specifications, which include, among others, automatic lubrications, Doosan Connect, hydraulic retarder, active payload meter, active front suspension, and all-round safety handrails. The main screen gives all necessary indications like machine and engine speed, current gear, temperatures of the transmission and engine, operating hours and fuel consumption are displayed on the screen, but can also be found at Doosan Connect, a telemetry system by Doosan. The active payload meter will indicate the load in the body in real time. To avoid an accidental gear engagement, Doosan machines have a safety button on top of the gear selector. Operators should press and keep it pressed while moving the lever forward or backwards, depending on the desired driving direction. The transmission always starts on automatic mode, but by pressing the safety button, it can be changed to manual mode. This function is very useful while driving on small hills, when the automatic transmission is shifting gears up and down. This button will increase hydraulic oil flow for faster movement lift the body. This way the operator doesn't have to press the gas pedal and can press brake pedal instead. The fully hydraulic retarder, which is standard on Doosan ADTs, is always active and will engage every time the operator releases the gas pedal. Power can be adjusted by the retarder level below the steering wheel. Safe driving is not only about speed, but avoid turning across slopes, taking sharp turns only if there's not enough space, or unloading the machine when the body is not on relatively flat ground. The engine may still run for 180 seconds after turning the ignition key off. This system protects the turbocharger from excessive wear, as well as some other systems. The operator can take the key from the ignition even when the engine is still running. It will shut down automatically. Some systems may still be running cool-down procedures even after engine shutdown. Doosan DA45. Powered by innovation.
Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and we're here at Expo, and I've come along to the K-Tech stand. The reason I've done that is because Stuart Kirk, my friend from the Sirius Group, has got one of these machines that you see behind me. It's a scraper, and it's a scraper unit that actually fits on a Volvo ADT in this site here. Now, I've been talking a lot about HS2. It's a big rail project in the UK, and we know that scrapers are the best way of moving earth and moving it well. So tell me, why is this different, and why is it going to be accessible and able to be potentially used on projects like that? Because big scrapers are very hard to come by and they take a lot of maintenance. So tell me a little bit about what is this?
Absolutely, Peter. So this is actually our new scraper model here that we're releasing into the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And this is a 21.4 cubic meter machine.
Yeah.
And it will actually outperform other pieces of earth moving equipment in the European market. You have one operator running the truck,
Yep.
one engine running,
Yep.
and you have a really efficient machine that can load the material by itself,
Yep.
transport it by itself,
Yep.
and eject it very smoothly by itself as well.
Which is fantastic. So when we're talking about capacity here, and when we're talking about how much you can work in an hour or in a day, what are we looking at in comparison to the traditional dig it, chuck it into the back of an ADT skip? What are we looking at?
Yeah, so the whole goal about our scrapers is the fast cycle times.
Yeah.
So you want to be loading very quickly, between 30 and 45 seconds for a full bowl.
Right.
And then you want to transport as fast as you can. With the Volvo truck, you can go up to 35 miles per hour.
Okay.
And it works really well, and then you can smoothly eject it. Then you can quickly go back to the start of the cycle and go again. So you get really fast cycle times. Quick maneuverability with this setup here. You see the gooseneck hitch,
Yeah, yeah.
and you can
Got
really
the front,
turn
yeah.
around tightly
Yeah,
with the
absolutely.
turning radius.
And so when you're looking at big projects like HS2 with this, you're going to be able to move them up very, very quickly and then spread it out into an area. But also, you know, I'm really keen on understanding some of the sustainability criteria around the different fleet mixes, because, you know, we're talking about fuel burn here.
Yes, yeah.
We're talking about cost per ton moved.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so how does this compare again with that kind of philosophy of fuel burn, of the environment, sustainability, and actually doing the job and getting the productivity out?
Absolutely. So this machine here is designed for fuel efficiency.
Yeah.
You have the one engine running instead of the possible two engines with the larger traditional motor scrapers.
Yeah.
So that is a huge benefit for this machine. And the nice setup with the Volvo trucks here as well is the contractors can use their existing earth moving trucks, pop the box off,
Right.
and you can basically 100% reversible install our hitch system,
Yep.
which nicely integrates with our scraper. If you're done with the project and need to haul rock, you can remove the hitch and put the box back on and do some rock hauling if you'd like to. So a lot of versatility with our solution here.
So the box, folks, is American, obviously, for the actual skip on the back of the truck. So Stuart does actually tell me that you know, when they're scraping in the better months,
Yes.
then they're whacking the skip back on the Volvo truck, and then it can actually still work as an ADT. So
Absolutely.
fundamentally, you're not converting as such. What you're doing is removing,
Yeah.
adding, and then putting back, aren't
Absolutely.
you? So
You get it.
that is versatility, folks, at its best. Now, the problem I've got to understand also is HS2 is a project that needs a lot of accuracy.
Yes.
Does 3D machine control come into this sort of setup? And if so, how does that work?
Absolutely. So we have a joystick controller inside the cab of the unit,
Yeah.
and we are also TopCon and Trimble ready from the
Okay.
factory.
Right.
So
Okay.
right now you see on the system right here we have a Trimble mast on there,
Right
GPS
there, yep,
mast,
yep.
and so that is something that you can do. Take it from start of the job to finish and know exactly how much material you need to move in each area of that job site.
So that's fundamentally going to actually give the data that the main contractor needs to say that the earth has been moved, you've reached the target grade.
Exactly.
And also it's going to show the operator where the passes are in the future and where they should be moving on to next. So that's ideal, folks. Scrapers shouldn't really be out of the mix as far as I'm concerned in HS2. We should be looking at all these different solutions and actually looking at how they can move the earth in the different sections, because there's very different sections to the whole project. So Shane, thanks very much for spending some time with me here in the sunny Las Vegas. Probably going to get sunburned now. And hopefully we'll see more of these scrapers in the UK, and if we do, I'd like to see them.
Absolutely. You know, we just actually signed on our new European distributor, SMT-GB.
Oh, right.
And
okay.
they have been excellent with pushing our product out there, so it'll make it even more accessible in the European market, as well as our container ability of our machines. Some of them we can bolt apart and actually fit inside a container and ship overseas for more affordability. So something that your customers would definitely want to look into.
Well, it's goodbye from scraping heaven here at Con Expo, and thanks very much, Shane.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Hi, it's Rupert at Richie Brothers. I'm standing here in our Maltby auction yard. Over the last 2 auctions that we've had, we've conducted them through timed auction. That means you can bid 24/7 for anywhere in the world. You can bid on your phone, on your iPad, on your laptop, however you want to do it, and you can place your bids on there. If you're outbid, you automatically get sent a text message or email to up your bid, and if you bid within the last 2 minutes of the lot closing, then you get an extension by 2 minutes on that lot. And this really does change and revolutionise how we run our auctions. It gives buyers confidence, it gives them time, it gives them ease to place bids, and it means that nobody will ever miss out having a bid on there. In previous times you had to drive here, you had to be here at exactly the right minute when that lot was sold by the auctioneer, whereas in this case we don't have to. We've been conducting these timed auctions through our sites around Europe and seeing great success. We're seeing a huge growth in bidders, we're seeing some very good prices, and we're seeing lots extending out up to 20 minutes after when they were due to close. If you want to compete in our auction here at Maltby, you can go on to www.rbauction.com/Maltby and get in to register for that. You can then, once you're registered, you can place your bids, you can go through, and it's all online from there. We've got a lot of videos of machines working, we've got detailed equipment information of each machine, and our yard is open from 8 till 5, including the weekends, for customers to come in here and try the machines out if they want to actually sit in them in person and test them out. So it's a real good balance of both the live auction, where you come on site, and an online auction, and I think giving the best of both worlds for our customers. We're also busy getting our auction site knocked down and cleared out so we're ready for the rest of this year with a really decent auction facility. So we're here at Maltby Colliery. There was 100 years, over 100 years actually, of coal mining on this site. For 6 years it lay derelict, and then we started really getting to work on it this year, knocking the buildings down, clearing out the yard, ready so that we can build a state-of-the-art auction facility here for Richie Brothers in the UK. Most of the building work is coming down, but behind me you can see the gantry crane that we'll use on our small lot yard, so we can move containers and generators and things like that around on it. And just over to the far side is the orange building that will be our offices and auction house. So once we're finished here, we really will have a completely different setup. We'll have a state-of-the-art system where we can get machines delivered in, checked in, really good storage area for parking machines on. We'll have workshops for doing repair and maintenance on machines, washing them down and getting them ready for sale. In the orange building behind us will be our offices and our auction house. So when we need to sell machines through there and we can have a bad weather, we'll be nicely out of that rather than standing in it like today.
Flight mobility solutions aid significantly in travel time reduction of up to 85%, an increase in productivity, and most importantly, a 50% saving on undercarriage maintenance. Leica as a solution for all sectors: mining, quarry, demolition, cleanups, or infrastructure projects like railroads, dams, highways. Sleipner has a mobility solution for equipment ranging from 23 tons up to and including 580 tons. Sleipner DV series is the benchmark in rear entry low beds, with the ability to move your drills, dozers and auxiliary site equipment up to 120 tons.
Well, here we are. You join us at LiuGong UK's premises in Portsmouth. And yeah, while we were in Expo, we were on the LiuGong stand and we were treated to some new machines coming down the line for introduction into the European market. I'm joined here today by Stephen Ford, the Operations Director of LiuGong UK. Stephen, tell us all about what's going on with LiuGong now. It's exciting times ahead, I believe.
Well, yes, Nick. At the moment, very exciting times ahead of us. We've got a lot of new products being released this year. And a good investment from LiuGong, which helps us to enhance their after-sales support to our customers. The customers have got certain expectations, and one of the key things we like to do is make sure we got the right after-sales support in place. So yeah, exciting times ahead.
Good stuff, yeah. And I believe you've got the F-Series excavators coming online.
F-Series was launched towards the end of last year on certain models, and the rest will come out this year. On the product line, we've got 3 new models of Mini. We've got a 1.8 tonne, 2.7 and a 3.5 tonne serial tail swing minis coming out. We've also got a 13 tonne 913F, that's a serial tail swing, and a 915 serial tail swing later on in the year, possibly early part of next year. And we've also got a 90 tonne excavator being launched probably about November, December this year.
Great stuff.
That gives a chance to compete in the quarry market, which is really very, very good.
That's very good.
In addition to that, we've got a range of wheel loaders being increased. We've got 3 new models came out last year. And we had a 13 tonne 848, and we had a 27 tonne 877, and a 31 tonne 890. They were released last year.
Brilliant.
The 877, 890 are quarry products. That's the main market for those, so it gives a chance to compete in that. And this year we've got 11 tonne wheel loader coming out, and that gives a chance to compete in the waste and recycling sector as well.
Brilliant.
So that's very, very good for us.
Yeah, ideal. When do you expect to see some F-Series coming into the UK?
The F-Series are on the way now.
Right.
The mini range are on the water.
Yeah.
We've had the first couple come in, which have gone out to some of our customers, and the rest are on the way to us.
Obviously you're expanding your customer base. How's all that going?
It's going very well. What we have experienced is a very good customer acceptance of the product. People have tried them and they're coming back for second and third tries as well. And we're doing very, very well. The main sector has always been a demolition, which is a very heavy going market, as you know.
Yeah.
And we've got some major contractors who have come back to increase their fleet of LiuGong excavators in demolition.
Fantastic.
Including the 50 tonne high reach.
Yes.
We've got 5 of those out there at the moment. That's 30 metres. That's proven to be a very, very popular product.
Fantastic. So there you go, guys. It looks like more exciting times ahead for LiuGong. So stay tuned.
I'm Peter Haddock, and for my next slot, I'm going back to school. And I'm going to talk about surveying. It's not just surveying, it's the whole connected site. Everything from surveying, like we see behind me right now, and also the connected site includes things like 3D machine control, modelling, and all the data you can imagine. So today, I'm going back to school at the brand new Leica training facility here in Shropshire. And I'm going to be talking to some of their people. So let's have an interview with Neil Williams, who's the expert in all things going back to school with machine control and surveying. Neil Williams, you are the man behind this vision for customers and for the environment, productivity and efficiency. It's called The School. And I love going back to school because every day is a school day, isn't it, Neil?
It is now.
This is a facility where you've built around us a typical environment. So we've got the machine control environment over here, which is in a safe dig zone, but it's got hidden things behind us. You've got paved areas, grassed areas, and detection equipment and surveying equipment, all sorted out in one big school. What's it all about and what's it for?
So we've tried to create a microsite here, and that means that when you go to the real world, all you need to do is magnify it across. So what you learn here, you can hopefully take onto the real job site. So a lot of people have got experience in maybe surveying, a bit in detection and machine control, but not really how it all connects together. What we're trying to do here is complete that workflow from data capture all the way through to an as-built.
So that's really what we call, what I like to call everybody, the connected worksite environment, isn't it?
Yep.
So right now we've got things like the Connected Autonomous Plant Group that have recently launched a vision, a roadmap.
Yep.
We've got a brand new plant charter that's come from Action Sustainability, from the Sustainability Supply Chain School. We've got HS2, we've got Highways England mandating 3D machine control. Everything's happening, isn't it?
But education, you need people trained.
Yeah.
And trained properly in a good, safe environment, and that's what we're trying to achieve here. It's not an accredited training. For the detection it is, but for the surveying it's somewhere to come, have a real understanding of what the products can do, because these things advance on a monumental stage. So it's here, you can trial things out, see how it fits into your workflow, and then we can show you what other things it can do that you may or may not be aware of.
Inside this building here, we've also got an area where we can have school, as it were, and then practical. I get this is the play area.
So this
really?
is so this is where they come out to play, if you like. And inside we've got 3 classrooms, and they're dedicated in a classroom environment. Here we don't show, we teach. And that's the difference here. And it's not a sales environment, it's very much an education establishment.
And what's really nice about this facility here, folks, is over here, where I'm pointing, is a massive area, isn't it, Neil? Which has been modelled by your team. And you've got the ability to actually have real equipment all linking together.
So we call that the sandpit. So this is the detection area, that's the machine control training area, and that's the sandpit. And in there we can pretty much try and mimic anything we can. And in fact, over that day we've had many tier 1 contractors coming in and having a full technology day, and that's really what it's about. It's adopting new technology to make you more efficient on site. This is a microsite. It's small, it's contained, and you can do the learning that hopefully you can transmit to your real job site.
And what's really important, every single time there's an update, people that want to get right in there can come to school, can't they? For a little bit of a refresher course. And the other thing, folks, is we know that this whole piece has to be understood by the whole of the construction sector, Neil. So it's the designers, the engineers, the site managers, the operators, the detection people, even the safety team. What is that with you there?
So that is a personal alert. If the machine was operational, if I was to come close to the machine, this starts vibrating, but also inside the cabin machine where you've got the machine control panel, as people are used to, it flickers on and then it shows them that there's a person coming into his area. And as you walk away, then that danger goes away.
So that's it, folks. I'm come to the school. Everybody can go back to school, can't they, Neil, now?
They can.
It's a fantastic facility here. It's all about people understanding technology that's going to give us productivity, efficiency, safety. It's going to help reduce carbon, and fundamentally it's going to help us with major projects like HS2 and Highways England, push the boundaries.
And educating the future, that's what we're about.
And of course, bringing in people, because it's people that we need, folks. People that are skilled, upskilled, and that can deliver for our industry. Doesn't matter if we've got the latest technology, does it, Neil, unless you know how to use it.
Nope, exactly.
So it's back to school for us all, folks, thanks to Leica Geosystems. Thank you, Neil.
Thank you.
make minor builders. A proper brew from us to you.
Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and we're here at Expo in Las Vegas, and I've found a fellow Brit, Alex, and Alex is a mini excavator product specialist. That's a good job because we've got the 306 here, brand new machine, going to be perfect for the UK market, that Alex is going to tell me about.
It's got all the next generation features that we had on the previous machines we've launched, so the 1 through to the 2 tons and the 7 through to the 10 tons, so our 308 well-known machine. So we've got things like stick steer, industry first, so you can track that machine using your left hand. Your right hand's free, then you can be operating either your blade or you can keep your excavator controls if you want that. Programmable operator settings, so you can go into that monitor and set this machine up exactly how you want it, so everything's controlled through there. Not only that, we've brought your DAB radio in there if you want.
Okay.
And you can actually connect your phone up for Bluetooth through
so
Bluetooth.
So you could listen to my podcast, folks, Content and Media podcast, on the actual Bluetooth.
Exactly.
So that's cool. So what can we put on there attachment-wise then? What's the kind of hydraulic power and capacity?
So we've got 90 litres a minute to our main auxiliaries. Which is perfect for things like flail mowers, mulchers, which we're really seeing machines going into now, a lot more land management applications. So we're seeing them really used for a lot of multifunctioning. What we actually have here on the machine is our brand new TRS-6.
What's a TRS-6?
TRS-6, so tilt rotate system.
Oh, it's a tilt rotate. Okay.
Yeah. Fully integrated to the machine. So obviously with the next generation, we've gone to electro-hydraulic controls away from sort of pilot controls. Everything's integrated into the next gen monitor.
Right.
So all your angles, your home positions, all through the monitor. It keeps that cab space really tidy.
It looks like a really tidy machine. The maintenance and everything Alex told me earlier is just from all the ground level, so that's really simple and easy. So thanks very much, Alex. Brian, you've got a new machine, haven't you? What is it?
We do, Peter. It's a new 315 compact radius next-gen excavator, 15-ton machine.
15-ton machine, folks. It's got a hell of a lot of hydraulic capacity because we've got one of these beasts on it, haven't we, Brian? Absolutely. But also, this is going to be a really, really game changer for the UK market because it's compact yet powerful, isn't it? Tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. It's really where performance meets versatility in a 15-ton compact radius machine. So more performance, more standard technology, more capability and versatility on that job. So standard out of the factory. We have an onboard scale system, cat payload. We have a 2D depth and slope grade system, standard out of the factory.
Right.
And we also have e-fence. So e-fence is the ability for that operator to set certain conditions to prevent working beyond a certain point. For example, setting a ceiling limit, setting a floor limit, setting a swing limit, and with that also comes cab avoidance. Great visibility for that operator. Standard 10-inch touchscreen display.
Right. Nice.
To be able to interact with all that great technology.
That's a big screen.
Okay, so what we've been able to do with this machine is increase the engine power.
Yeah.
So we've cranked that up to nearly 110 horsepower. And what that does is it drives the hydraulics and better multi-function capability. What that means is it's a faster, quicker machine on the job. So more drive power, more swing power, and just faster overall cycle times.
And we're going to finish that off with, I think this machine would be really good for guys looking at the owner-operator market because you can put 3D machine control on this with all those capabilities as well. You've got a real workhorse, haven't you? You've got loads of attachments you can put on it with that hydraulic power. So it's really going to be something to look out for out there in the marketplace. And when's it coming to the UK? Do we know?
Yeah, it'll be later this year.
2020, folks, so not long to wait. Brian, pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
See you later.
Good talking with you.
Cheers. This is remote control for general construction, isn't it, James?
That's correct, yes. Well, what you can see here is it's the new command station that we have that will be integrated in the construction industries.
Yeah.
Okay. It's universal, so it can operate multiple machines. It can operate tractors, it can operate wheel loaders, excavators, okay, and more products as we develop further. So what can happen is you may have some spoil heaps in certain areas of the site.
Yeah.
Okay. These spoil heaps are usually have an operator in a machine, and they're usually waiting.
Yeah.
Okay. That costs money, costs the customer money.
Yeah.
Whereas if you can have one operator operating, say, 3 machines, 3 different spoil heaps, he can actually switch between all of them. On a site like HS2,
yeah,
you know, just actually feeding the operators and getting to them feeding stations is going to be huge. because they're going to have to travel distances. Okay, and the logistics behind that is huge as well. Whereas if you're in a command station, the user can actually just take his break within the vicinity that he's in, and get back in once he's finished his lunch, and away he goes again. The uptime is maximised.
Yeah, so for me folks, this is the future. We've got safety, we've got productivity, we've got reduced fuel and reduced impact.
Correct.
And when we're talking about fatigue here folks, because people are going to do long shifts on major projects, fatigue is not going to be as much of an issue because this person is sat here, they can take regular breaks,
correct,
they can get up and walk around, and they don't have to be in the pouring rain that we have in the lovely UK.
Yes.
So this is a big deal for the industry, everyone. Jason, thanks very much for talking to us.
No problem.
And we want to come back and see some remote action in the UK, folks.
Yes.
Thanks very much,
Thank
Jason.
you.
So as part of our TV show, we're actually trying to get what's really happening out there right now, what we really want to know, top things happening at Caterpillar.
And it's starting with the small excavators, the 313, the 313 GC and the 315. And we have a new medium excavator, the 325 compact radius model, as well as a new large excavator, which is the 352 ultra high demolition machine. And then we have a range of wheeled excavators, starting with the M314 and the M318. And all these excavators are built upon the next generation excavator platform. Then we have a new track type tractor, the next generation dozer, the D5, and an articulated dump truck, the 725, which is rolled out into market with an improved performance and a brand new cab design. So really what we're talking about is lots of changes from Caterpillar, continuous development with these new ranges that we've seen for ages, that I've seen in Malaga. There's some exciting things happening with Caterpillar. It's such a wonderful thing to say, 95 years, and we're all talking about it right now.
CanTrack GPS helps owners and operators of plant machinery and vehicle fleets to reduce running costs, whilst maximising utilisation. Act on both emissions and safety by reviewing driving style and how machines are operated, with real-time alerting on machines operating at unsafe angles or involved in accidents. Learn more about all our products at cantrack.com.
18 minutes and 2 seconds. Hailing from Ireland, Tommy Murphy.
Second place in the Global Operator Challenge. What's it feel like?
Still hasn't really sunk in, to be honest with you. It's I can't get over it myself. Myself and Joss were getting on so well the whole way through. We were trying to gauge our times, and look, to come out 1-2 for Finian, I suppose. Joss first, me second. It's a dream come true. Didn't think it. Again, competition was immense out there. The boys were everyone was on their game. So yeah. I felt I messed up the first one a little bit. I wasn't up where I wanted to be. Nailed the second one. It's like, right, that's it. Brought home Team Europe from all of us today. So
oh yes, of course. Yeah.
So we brought that home. So it's Team Europe versus American, Asian. Europe, we came out on top. So second place, still have a win somewhere in the line of it. So it's great. It's unbelievable.